Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Roto Beast. I'm here to present you my MLB On Deck segment for Tuesday, September 17th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our MLB, NFL, and NBA videos. If you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily FanDuel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. So make sure to check out the site here at dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey man, another day, another dollar. Good night last night. Very good first couple weeks of NFL. We said that we're going to keep our promo code up for NFL to get 50% off our package until cash lines lose. Well, guess what? It was another win. You can still take advantage of that. Use promo code NFL 2019 to jump in with us. And hey, man, let's go. I mean, I'm ready to talk some baseball. Real quick before we do, if you guys don't mind, please take that quick second, click the like button down below. Helps me out. Really appreciate that from you guys. And yeah, man, let's go. So the theme about today for me that I'm kind of seeing early on is we're gonna have to find some value. We got some really good high price pitchers. We have Coors Field on the slate, so it's like, can we find the value to make them both work, or are we gonna have to kind of get a little bit away from Coors Field and go other spots? It's a 14 game slate, so there obviously is some other good spots outside of Coors Field, or can we find that really good value pitcher that allows us to pay it for Coors Field? It's gonna be puzzle pieces that we got to figure out today. But yeah, man, let's jump in there. We'll talk some bats, and then we'll kind of jump into pitchers, and then we'll go from there. So we'll start with Coors Field. Anytime it's on the slate, you got to really consider it. Mets, Rockies last night, it wasn't too bad of a game. They scored some runs, but it wasn't as much as I expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit more high scoring. I'm going to go right back to the well. I mean, you got the Mets. They get a matchup today against Tim Melvin, gives up a 37% hard contact rate, 271 ISO to lefties, 263 ISO to righties. So you can evenly look at both sides of the plate. McNeil, Pete Alonso, Conforto, Wilson Ramos in that cleanup spot looks good. Robinson Cano, Nemo, used him yesterday, hit a home run for us. Rosario, JD Davis, all these guys are basically in play. I like them. I think that they are in a good spot going against Tim Melvin. On the flip side of things, for the Rockies, they get a matchup against Marcus Stroman. Gives up a 35% hard contact rate, 159 ISO to lefties, 106 ISO to righties. I actually think, Marcus Stroman's, he hasn't been pitching bad. That's one thing I will say. But in Coors Field, anybody could get lit up. We know that. So I definitely rather target the Mets side in this game. But Rockies are definitely still in play. You're looking at Charlie Blackmon, Story, Arenado, Murphy, McMahon, Desmond. That's really where I'm at. Probably their top six guys all have a little bit of upside. Next, we will move on. We're going to go to Boston. You got the Red Sox going against the Giants. Boston's facing Logan Webb, gives up a 36% hard contact rate, .078 to lefties, and a 255 ISO to righties. So you definitely want to target him with the righties. We're looking at Betts, Bogarts, JD Martinez. You can look at, you can still look at the lefties, Devers, Benintendi, Moreland. I mean, I like Boston today. I think that at home they're fighting for a playoff spot. Every game matters, and I think today is the day that they can have a good game. Wind is slightly blowing out to center field at 4 miles an hour. It would be even better for us as that picked up a little bit as well. So I think Boston's in a really good spot today. Next, we will go to Minnesota and go with the Twins. The Twins get a matchup against Ross Detweiler, who gives up a 40% hard contact rate, 237 ISO to lefties, 279 ISO to righties. Man, this guy, you could target him from both sides. Obviously, the righties get a little bit more power off of him, but I mean, having a 230 plus ISO to both, giving up a 230 plus ISO to both sides isn't very good, especially against a team that has a 200 plus ISO as a team. This looks like a recipe for disaster. Looking like the Twins could possibly put up some big time runs today. Garver, if he's going to be in that leadoff spot, you can look at him. Polanco, Nelson Cruz, Rosario, Sano. Those three guys are the ones that really give us the upside. You can also look at Kepler, C.J. Cron as well. I would like to see Kepler go into that leadoff spot. If he bats there sometimes, if he bats there today, I think that gives him a little bit of a bump as well. The wind is blowing out to right field at 14 miles an hour. So some of these lefties, man, they could definitely hook the ball and get it in the air, and the wind could blow it out. So I think, like I said, a really good spot for the Twins. I'm liking them today, going against Ross Detweiler. Last but not least, I'm going to go to Oakland. I like the A's today. They get a matchup against Jorge Lopez, who gives up a 38% hard contact rate, 239 ISO to lefties, 180 ISO to righties. Yeah, man. I mean, the lefties are the ones you want to target a little bit more, but the righties are still in play. We're looking at Simeon, Grossman, Chapman, Olsen, Canna. Seth Brown's been swinging a good bat. You can still look at Chris Davis in the bottom of the lineup with double dong upside, and even Profar gives us a little bit of upside as well. So that's really where I'm at, just to kind of get you started earlier in the day. Some of the teams that are sticking out. We're looking at the Mets, Colorado, Boston, Minnesota, Oakland. There's definitely some other really good spots on this slate. If you do want a more in-depth analysis on the slate, you make sure to check out the site. We do the deep dive every day that breaks down, a bunch of pictures that breaks down, more matchups than the kind of preview that we do on this on deck video. So it's a really good content piece that gives you a more in-depth analysis on the slate. I'm going to pitchers. We'll quickly go over a couple I like. Obviously, Verlander, if you can get him in your lineups and make it work, and you feel comfortable with the batters that you got at 12,000, you just go with Verlander. The guy's just pitching crazy out of his mind. Had a no hitter a couple starts ago. It's all about, can you fit that 12,000 price tag in with what bats that you want. But if you can, you just put Verlander in there, feel comfortable, and kind of move on. A couple other guys you can look at outside of Verlander if you can't find the money. You can look at Patrick Corbin going against St. Louis. He's a big-time favorite, 9.7. He's been pitching pretty solid, gives us some strikeout upside. So I think that Corbin's a guy that you could pay up for. Another guy that you can look to pay up for, too, who's been pitching very well, coming off a really, really good game. You can look at Yu Darvish, 10.4. Had a really monster game last outing, and I like him. I think that he's definitely in play going against his Reds team, who have been really struggling for most of the year. So Darvish is a guy you can look at if you want to pay up. A couple guys that are kind of sticking out to me GPP-wise that you can pay down a little bit. First, I will go with Miles Mikolas going against Washington. I think that 7,200. He's a guy that's been pitching well. He hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in 5 straight starts. He doesn't have the crazy strikeout upside. Gives us a little bit, but at 7,200, we're just looking for him to give us a floor of 25, 30 fantasy points. This way we could pay up for some bats and get some Coors Field exposure, or some of the other teams that we mentioned. Last but not least, and this is really, really stretching it out, but you got Ross Stripling for the Dodgers, 5,500. He's been on a pitch count his first 3 starts back. Only throwing about 35 pitches, 2 to 3 innings. So, it's tough to roster a guy like that. But at 5,500, this is going to be his 4th start back now. So if they're going to extend his pitch count a little bit to say 50 to 60 pitches, and he's going to give us around 4 innings at 5,500, he does have a little bit of strikeout upside. Now I think he is playable, and it'll allow you to get the big bats. I gotta check in a little bit more and see if I see some news about his pitch count going to be extended a little bit. Coming back from injury, usually their 4th start they'll kind of. Then they've 3 starts, they're getting a little bit of a groove, and then maybe, like I said, that they'll send it out a little bit. So that's something I'm really curious about. I want to check out. But if you do hear something like that, I think you could throw him in there at 5,500. So that's really where I'm at, man. And like I said, if you do want a more in-depth analysis, we got a bunch of other articles for today's MLB slate on the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Take advantage of that NFL Luxury Box special. You get a year-long membership with us. It includes the rest of MLB, NBA, and NFL. Use promo code NFL2019. And hey, good luck on your guys' contest today, all right? Peace out.